Hey everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. Today we're going to be doing a quick overview of the folded space insert for Frosthaven. I say quick, it is obviously a pretty involved insert. Now, this one right here obviously is not built. This is the one that I am giving away. Not only am I giving away this insert, but also the Frosthaven map archive, so you're able to store all of your map tiles effectively. And this giveaway came about as a result of Folded Space being nice enough to send me this insert for a review here on the channel. And I actually contacted them, asked them to send it to me. They said yes. And then when Frosthaven shipped, I checked my invoice or what have you over at the backer kit, I think is what they used. Maybe it was whichever one. I'm pretty sure it's backer kit. And I realized that back when I backed Frosthaven, which was, something like 2 years ago, I knew back then that I wanted the Folded Space insert, and I purchased it and completely forgot that I purchased it. So I have an extra one now, and Folded Space asked me to give it away on the channel. So that's what we're going to do. I'll explain all of that in a moment. First, I do want to mention our sponsor, StoneValleyGames.com. Stone Valley Games is a fantastic friendly, distant game store run by Eric and Wendy. They have a great thing going on over there. Lots of games, lots of cool programs. Let's see, if you are a return customer, they have a loyalty program. If you purchase over $100 worth of stuff and you are in the continental United States, they will ship to you for free. If you are in the military and you have an AA, AP, or which one did I say? AAAP or AE address. That's the one that I had, was an AE back when I was in Germany. If you have one of those addresses, they will ship to you for free as well. All kinds of stuff going on over there. They've got the new hotness, the old classics, the old hotness, the new classics, everything in between. Go check them out. StoneValleyGames.com. There's a link in the description below. And actually, the very first thing we'll look at is the map tile archive here. So let's open that up. You got the Velcro latches there, and then you can see 0 through 1, 0 through or 0, 1, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because the tiles in Gloomhaven or in Frosthaven have numbers as the first part of their designation. You can see 02K, and so you just put the ones, whatever number is the designation, you put them in here, and you can see that they easily fit in here, no problems at all. Even the ones that stick up a little bit above the actual divider, when you close it down, no problem. And I'll tell you this, for Gloomhaven, I purchased a similar thing. Gloomhaven's tiles had letters first, and so I purchased an alphabetical accordion folder, and it was perfect. It cut way down on my setup time for Gloomhaven. So having this for Frosthaven is fantastic, and yeah, it looks great too. I mean, I'm really excited to show you what this insert looks like as well. Okay, so at the top, of course, I'm keeping this. You'll definitely want to keep this. It was actually 2 pages of instructions to build this insert, but this is the only page I kept because it explains what each of the trays is for, but then also it has the actual layout and everything for when you're trying to rebuild it, which is always important. All right, now right up here on top, we've got whatever this book is. You got the campaign sheet here. You've got, all of these things, the stickers up here, the, these forms right here, the, whatever this is. I can't remember the name of it right now, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So then we get down into the actual trays. Now, let's see where to start here. Okay, so we're going to pull these out. So, for the most part, this is set up the way they recommend. I may have a couple things a little bit out of place compared to what the directions say, but it was just kind of how I wanted to do it. So now, right here, this is a stack going all the way down with a bunch of these. They just stack up right in there, and we'll see how that goes in a moment. You've got the player trays here. So pull one of these out, and I went ahead and put a couple of the starter classes in these top 2 trays. You pull these out, and boom, we've got the Banner Spear here, all the Banner Spear's tokens, the Banner Spear herself, her cards here. And for instance, the way I'm going to be dividing these up, you've got the cards that the Banner Spear has access to, and then I put the player reference and then the pool of cards for them to eventually pull from down there at the bottom. And then similar over here, you've got their actual modifier deck here, and then face down, I've got the cards they can gain through perks and stuff like that. And so that's how I'm going to organize that. Put that back there. And you can see similarly here with the Bone Shaper, got the same thing going on. All the Bone Shaper stuff. Oh, and the reason why I want to show you 2 of these is you can see slightly different layout. There's 2 of each of these. This one has 4 containers. This one has 3. Obviously the same amount of space and the same size, just because of, I'm sure for various engineering reasons with how they were doing the cutouts and everything, they made 2 different types here. But same idea. All of the tokens fit into 1 instead of 2. I've got her right here. Cards, or the character cards, and the modifier decks here. So, and then I've got 2 more empty ones here that I haven't put any characters in yet. You can see they just pull right out. And of course, these are cool because you can, especially if you've got, your friends that are in your campaign with you, just pull this out, hand it to your friend, and there they go. They can set everything up they need to for their character without having to wait for all the other stuff to get pulled out. So we'll try to stay relatively organized with this as we do it, just so I can put it back together without much problem. So the cool thing, any of these that have tokens in them, at the very bottom, let's just pull this out because there's not a lot of them. At the very bottom of the space, it actually shows you what tokens go in there. Oops, and you know what? You can see I actually did not put the traps in the right spot, so I'll put those over here. But yeah, it actually tells you what goes there. That way, if you empty it all the way out, you just have to glance in there, and then you know what belongs. All right, so we've got this tray that has all these different things in here. The initiative tokens here. Moving on down, we've got large enemies here. I fit one of these here. I couldn't quite get it to fit down in the other area. I'm not sure if this is where it was intended to go or not, but that's where I'm putting it. I've got a few extra dividers here that I'll eventually use, I'm sure. But so we've got large enemies. We've got the small enemies here, and even the enemies, by the way. Here, let's and here are the medium enemies. But look down in here. You can see that it actually has the pictures of which enemies go into that space, which is very cool, very useful. And yeah, you can just kind of pull out what you need to pull out. So that makes that easy. We've got cards here. Again, down in the bottom, it tells you what goes in that slot. Fantastic. In this case, I know it's kind of dark in there, but personal quest and buildings. All right. We've got some dividers here. The dividers came with the game, but they do give you extra ones in the folded space insert as well. And so there's my inactive buildings back there, inactive summer road events, inactive summer outpost. And then down here, we've got the winter stuff as well as the random dungeon stuff right here. Let's put that back in just so we can minimize how much rebuild I have to do. And keep in mind, any amount of rebuilding, don't mistake me talking about rebuilding this as complaining, because the amount of organization I now have because of this is so far. I mean, granted, this one came with those plastic inserts, but still now this is just, you just take this out and we have all of the these tokens just ready to go. It's fantastic. By the way, this, if you never had a full space insert before, this is a foam that is biodegradable, I believe. On top of that, super lightweight, so that's great. All of your condition tokens right here. Down here, we've got our monster attack modifier. That's kind of, there we go. Monster attack modifier down there. We've got some the conditional modifiers, the ally attack modifiers. There's our personal, not battle goals. That's what it is. These are, what were these? Challenges. What were these? I'm not sure what those are. I can't remember what those are called. What was it saying there? Random scenario deck. Is that what that is? Yeah, must be. These are the random scenario deck. That's what that is. Okay. Right here we've got the loot deck. All right. And then another deck down here. That's the available, the Town Guard, and you can see available and unavailable. So, but I got that. Twist it around. Let's turn that this way. Yeah. All right, and so now let's work our way. Let's put this back in real quick. All right, then pull this one out. So here we've got a whole bunch more of the overlay tiles. See all of those different types go in there. All of those go in there. All of that stuff there. So you can see it just really helps to organize. You know exactly where everything is. I mean, again, just a ton of different stuff. It's kind of, I will say that one was a little bit hard to read. It kind of came out a little bit darker than I thought maybe it should have, but that obviously easier to read. But it's easy to see what actually does go in there. All right. Then down here we've got one container for all of our standee stands, and pull out the small monsters here. And again, I mean, some of these have individual spots just for them. It's hard to see because of the lighting, but that is the living bones in there. And then we've got this whole strip here. This all pulls out. This is all one thing for all of the monster attack cards here. We've got all these tokens and these tokens down here. Underneath that, let's see. So then down here, these are the, what are those called? The blueprints, the loot blueprints. And then we've got the loot cards down here as well. All of them. And you've got dividers, of course, that come with the game and that come with the insert. Let's put these back down in there first, because I want to try to make sure this other thing stays standing up. All right, so now pull this out. And so underneath the large monster tokens, you've got all of your damage tokens and magic tokens and round marker. And then we've got, oh, well, of course, let's not forget the scenario book and the rule book and the secret book or whatever that was called. I can't remember what that thing was called. And the solo scenarios, because I did order those as well. All right, so then we've got, you know, all of these. We've got the rest of them here and here. And then down in this kind of little pocket here is where all of the minis go. And boom, I mean, that's it. That's everything here, all sorted, organized, easy to use. So how do you get your hands on one of these fantastic inserts? First off, let me say, I love this thing. I have had numerous folded space inserts over the course of my gaming career, and they always improve my experience. I've never had a bad folded space insert. Absolutely love them. Now, how do you get your hands on this one? Well, it's really pretty simple. And the link in there's a link in the description below. It'll take you over to a contest. Lots of ways for you to enter. A lot of it's going to direct you over to Fold a Space, their various social media, as well as their website, for you to be able to check out all the stuff they've got going on over there. So you can, of course, go over and purchase one of these, but join the contest first. It's going to run for 1 month. Probably Frosthaven will still be, it probably might be done fulfilling by the time that month is up, but just barely. So, the insert that comes with Frosthaven, I think, could hold you over until you maybe get this free one. So go check it out. Now, for shipping purposes, we will ship anywhere in the continental United States for free. If you live outside the continental United States, I'll cover the first $20 of shipping, and then anything after that will be up to you. But still, we'll give you that $20 discount on the shipping. So go check out that contest, and hopefully you will win yourself a copy of this absolutely phenomenal insert. Also on the channel coming up real soon, we have, for one thing, how to play Frosthaven, that's coming. How to play Aeon Trespass Odyssey. How to play Perdition's Mouth. I'm almost done scripting the second part of that series, so that's coming out real soon. And how to play Australia. Tons of great stuff coming up. Check it all out. Until next time, if you're bored online, board offline.